and on we'll go through the wastelands.
Hey guys, Alex here, AG Automotive, and welcome back to another one. And behind me today we have the 2021 Hyundai Venue. So what do you reckon? Alright, so before we get into that, I just want to do a shout out to Boots Tuggerah, who were nice enough to let me have a look at this vehicle today, and I'll leave their details down in the description as well. So this is the Active, which is the middle of the range Venue, so I thought I'd have a look at one of these to see what they're like. Alright, so at the front here you've got the big Hyundai badge and this interesting looking grille. And then further on, you've got the daytime running lamps around the headlights, and you've also got the indicators at the top there as well as some different plastics on the bottom of the bumper. Right, so what do you guys reckon of the Venue? Do you like it? Are you interested in getting one? Let me know in the comments. So the wheels on the Venue are 17-inch wheels, and they look really nice actually. They look sort of a bit futuristic, which I think does this car justice. It actually looks nice on this car. And you can see as well the roof rails as well. And interesting, they are a different colour, so they sort of suit the car quite nicely. So if we come around to the back of the Venue here, you've got the Hyundai badge and the Venue written on the back there. You've also got these wraparound tail lights, which have a really unique design, which I don't mind actually. And your reverse lights down here, as well as your sensors, and you've also got a reverse camera there as well. Alright guys, let's go and have a look what's inside. Alright guys, let me look inside the Venue. So door trim wise, pretty standard. You get pretty hard plastics all around. You do have some soft leather there and some white stitching. Your window and mirror switches are there, and you do have some door pocket space there, as well as a speaker and a tweeter as well. Alright, now inside we've got a combination of leather on the outside with white stitching and cloth material in the middle there. So, interesting combination. Alright, let's jump in and have a look. Alright. Okay. So, we'll start over here. Now we do have the white trim piece around the vent, which I think is quite nice. It's a nice look. It breaks up the rest of the dash. If you have a look, it's got white all around the other vents as well. Further down here you do have your traction control button, lane departure warning, and illumination controls for the dash, which is handy to have. You do also have a proper key as well. So the gauges. So the gauges, really easy to read. You do have you've got digital display there in the middle. You do have the lane keep assist, attention level, and your tire pressure as well, which you need to drive to display that. So that's quite good. You also have some user settings as well. Driver assist settings. There's a couple things there. You got your forward safety, lane safety, driver attention. So that's pretty cool. Let's put that back on there. Now, steering wheel wise, it's a nice leather steering wheel, quite a nice one. You've got buttons on here for the phone and audio, and buttons on here for your cruise control and your menu there as well. You do have your auto headlights there and your wiper stalk there as well as the back one. As you can see, it does have a back one. Alright, so the media center. Now, the media display does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and they are both wireless as well, which is a really good thing. Also, you got Bluetooth, you've got your radio settings there, you have other settings for, there's Wi-Fi, button display, things like that, auto illumination. So that's pretty cool. You get a little bit there. You can also turn things like the display off as well if you want. So further down, you do have some buttons there for your radio, media, track, seek, setup buttons there. You do have a tuning knob. As you know, I'm a big fan of the old school radios with the knobs, and you do have the power and volume button here. So further down, we have the air conditioning. It's pretty just single zone. I like the white trim pieces around, sort of complement the vents there as well. So you got basic, easy to use controls there. Further down here, you do have a 12 volt 180 watt power supply and a USB port, as well as some storage there for like phone or whatnot. The gear selector, PRND, and you got your plus and minus. If I put it into reverse, you can see it comes up and the lines do move as well, so that's quite nice. Also further down here, you've got a drive and a traction button. So if I hit the drive button there, you can see normal, eco and sport. So we'll have a look at those later on. You also have the traction part of it. So if I go to the traction part of it, you can go snow, mud, or sand. So yeah, it's actually not a bad little thing to have. You do have your parking sensors, you can turn those off as well as a proper handbrake. Don't see those very much anymore. And we've got a little bit of storage space there, and your glove box, it's not too bad. Alright, so armrest. Again, it's not the softest, but it's okay. And in there, that's just for a bit more storage there. There's no actual USBs or anything in there. And if you have a look at me, I'm 6'1" or 185 centimeters. I was a bit concerned. Wanted to see how much room was in this car. So as you can see, I've got plenty of headroom there as well, and also leg room I've got plenty, and foot room too, which is really good. All right, let's jump in the back and have a look in the back. Right, now once again, very basic. You got hard plastics all around, other than a bit of leather and some trim there as well. And you also have a speaker down there and a little bit of pocket space there as well. So it's a mixture of leather on the outskirts there with some stitching there, and you've also got the basic cloth trim in the middle there, but I do like this pattern. I think it's quite nice. All right, jump in and see what the back's like. All right, now first thing, headroom. You know what, I'm pretty impressed by the headroom in here. There is a fair lot of headroom in the back, as you can see there. So I'm pretty impressed with that. You do have your ISO fixed spots there, and there's two behind me. And there actually isn't an armrest. There is actually not an armrest in here. It's actually the whole seat. So, and there's no USB or power points or anything in the back here. You do get a little bit of space for a magazine or an iPad these days. Alright, let's go and have a look in the boot. Alright guys, let's have a look in the boot. Now, first impressions, I'll be honest, it's a bit small. You got your tether points there, top tether points there, there's 3 of them. You do have this floor, and the floor is actually interchangeable. What I mean by that is you can lift the floor up and you'll be able to see the spare wheel, which is only a space saver. Alright, so I had the floor up here, as you can see. Now we've dropped it down a bit there, so it does give you that extra bit of floor space there if you need it for luggage, or if you want it for storage, you can store things underneath. Alright guys, let's go and have a look under the bonnet. Alright guys, just under the bonnet of the Venue. So here we've got a 1.6 litre 4-cylinder naturally aspirated petrol engine, and it produces 90 kilowatts of power and 151 newton meters of torque, and that's mated to a 6-speed automatic transmission driving the front wheels. Alright guys, let's go for a drive. Alright guys, just going to go for a drive in the Venue to see what I think. So, first impressions when I get in these seats, they're partial leather on the sides, and the rest of the seat is just your basic cloth trim, which I think is quite nice. It's a nice design they've done, and I think it's quite nice, especially for Australian conditions where seats, especially in the summertime, do get very, very hot. So, you know, I think that's a good thing to get. So, vision out the front. Vision out the front is really, really good, both straight ahead and towards the passenger side as well. Vision out the back, not as much. I think personally think the window is a little bit small, but at the moment with no one in it, look, the vision's not too bad, and you do have your camera and sensors as well there, so that can help you. Vision out the sides. Vision out the sides I think is really good. The windows are nice and tall, and you get good vision all the way to the back, which I think is a good thing. And the mirrors do a great job. They're wide enough and tall enough for this size car, which is really good. So, alright, let's go and have a look how the Venue goes out on the road. Yeah, look, it's no rocket. I will say no rocket, but it gets up and goes okay. And once you're at, 60 k's, like we're at 60 k's now, and if you have a listen to the wind noise, or road noise I should say, it's actually pretty good. You don't have to yell and scream. The tyre's do an alright job of keeping the noise to a minimum. So yeah, and you obviously got creature comforts like your Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, and they're wirelessly in this car, so you don't need a cord, which is really, really great. And you've got your lane departure warning, forward collision avoidance, you got your driver attention as well. which is really, really good. And you've got your parking sensors and rear camera, so you get quite a lot of kit. And this is, being the active, this is the second in the range, which I think is, you know, it's everything you need. You don't need much more. Auto headlights, things like that, daytime running lamps. So there is not a huge amount, but there's enough. You're not overcome with safety features or buttons everywhere, which is really good. So steering wise, I would say the steering would be a little, it's in the middle. It's not too hard, not too soft. It's sort of in the middle. I found at low speed it can be like light, feel light, and when you get going it stiffens up a little bit. But all in all, it feels nice around town, guys, and that's what it's designed for, a town car. So it'd be nice for Hyundai to make a N version of the Venue, just for something, some fun, you know, for maybe people that want a bit more oomph out of this car but really enjoy the vehicle. I mean, I like it. I think it's quite a nice car for around town. As you can see, things like headroom, I've got massive amounts of headroom in here, and width-wise as well. So, you know, I'm quite happy plodding along in this. I would prefer, I'm a bit more sporty or performance orientated. If they put the 1.6 litre turbo in this, that would have been even more fun. So yeah, if Hyundai wanted to do that, I would love to have a look at one. So yeah guys, other than that, that's pretty much it. So I hope you enjoy the video, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll look forward to seeing you on the next one. Alright, thanks guys.